Figma recently launched Figma Motion, an amazing new feature that lets you create animations and motion graphics completely for free. In today's detailed tutorial, I will show you how to start using Figma Motion to create your own animations, even if you are a complete beginner. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. You can use the first link in the description to log in to your Figma account and then open a design file. To access Figma Motion, click on this icon over here. You can see it says Motion Beta, which means Figma Motion is still in the beta stage since it was only recently launched, and it will continue receiving updates over time. After clicking on it, you will see your timeline appear here. You can use this scroll bar to zoom in or zoom out of your timeline. Alternatively, you can place your cursor over the timeline, hold the Control key on your keyboard, and move your mouse wheel up or down to zoom in and out. If you are familiar with other video editing tools, this timeline will already feel very familiar to you. Now, to start animating, let's add a shape. I will click here on Shapes and add a triangle to my canvas. For better visibility, I will give it some color. Let's make it red. To begin animating, select your shape. On the right-hand side, you will see the Animation section. Click on this plus icon and you will see the various types of animations that can be added. For now, let's add a position animation. You can choose whether your object will slide in, slide out, or use a custom animation. You can also control the direction, distance, delay, duration, and easing type. At the moment, you can see that our animation duration is set to 500 milliseconds, which is half a second. Let's change it. I will select the animation and try increasing it to 1000 milliseconds. What you can do is bring your mouse over the animation on the timeline and drag it out until it reaches 1 second. Now, to preview the animation, click on the play button. You can see that our shape is animated. If you want to change the distance it travels, click on the animation again and you will see the distance option. Let's increase it to 1000. I will also move our shape slightly toward the middle. Now, when you hit the play button, you can see the animation. Since the object now has to travel a larger distance in a short amount of time, it moves very quickly. For better viewing, let's make the animation longer. You can see that the total animation length is currently 1200 milliseconds. I will increase it to 5 seconds and set the animation duration to around 2 seconds. I think keeping the total duration at 2 seconds will work well too. Now when you play the animation, you can see that it moves much more smoothly than before. Now, let's try adding animation using a different method, which is keyframes. You can see that next to position, scale, and rotation, there is a diamond-shaped icon. If you are familiar with video editing, you already know that these are keyframes. Place your playhead at the beginning of the timeline and click the rotation keyframe icon. This means that at the start of the timeline, the object will have a rotation value of 0 degrees. Now, move the playhead toward the end of the timeline and change the rotation angle to 180 degrees. This automatically creates a rotation animation. Now, if you play the timeline, you can see how the animation works. However, it looks a little abrupt. To smooth it out, click on the rotation animation in the timeline and you will see the easing options. By default, it is set to a custom curve. I will change it to ease in and out. Similarly, I will select the position animation and change its easing type to ease in and out as well. Now the animation will play much more smoothly. There's one more method of creating animations. You can select your shape and use the Record Animation option. Click on the Record button. This records the current position of the object at the beginning of the timeline. Next, move the playhead to around 1 second and drag the object to a different location. A new keyframe will automatically be recorded. Then move the playhead toward the end of the timeline and place the object somewhere else. As you can see, the motion path is automatically traced and the animation is recorded for you. Once you are satisfied with your recorded animation, click here to stop recording. Now, if you move the playhead, you can see that an animation has been created. However, it still looks a little abrupt. Just like before, you can click on the animation and access the easing controls. From here, you can change it to ease in and out or any other easing type that you prefer. You can also choose spring if you want a spring-like motion effect, although that may not be useful in every project. I will switch it back to a curve and keep it set to ease in and out. Now I will click somewhere else on the screen so the motion path lines are hidden, and then I will press the play button. As you can see, the animation looks really smooth and cool. So these were the 3 different methods you can use to add animations inside Figma Motion. But that's not all. You could also export these animations as video files. To do that, select your frame and scroll down to the Export section. Here, you will find the Animated Export option. For export formats, you can choose between MP4, WebM, GIF, and SVG. You can also adjust the size, quality, and frame rate. The frame rate can be increased up to 60 FPS. You can see that the dimensions are currently 1920 by 1080 because that's the size of the frame I selected. It also shows that the approximate video file size will be around 2.4 megabytes. This is how you can use Figma Motion to create amazing motion graphics and animations completely for free. So, that was everything you need to know about Figma Motion. If you want to learn about an amazing AI tool that can generate animated captions for videos using AI, then you can check out this video right here.